It's been eons that the realms has been so peaceful. The younglings don't even know what Dark Lord is, but now we are back in Defenders of the Realm, the Legends Edition. So we are going to do a few rounds playthrough. And hello everyone, it's Stella
and Tarrant here
from Meeple University. We are going to do a few round playthrough, but we're going to give you a quick overview at the start and explaining as we go how the game plays. You're going to see a lot of good-looking minis here. It's very colorful. This is the prototype still, but you can already see it is looking very, very good. The very pointed towers. This is me, my character right there. Where are you, Tarrant? Just scared and hiding inside the tower.
Not hiding there. I'm ready to venture out. I am Kroll, the dwarf mage.
Yes.
And I start in the city.
And then this is some of the minis, the enemy minis. Again, this is prototype, so although looking good, but the board is prototype.
Poster.
Yes, poster. By the way, I am an elf. I'm Vitalia, the elf rogue. So, two blades, watch out. Let us know if you did play Defenders of the Realm, the original edition. And this is basically a different game than the first one. So there's kind of like the universe is continuation, but the gameplay itself is pretty much a whole new game.
So in this game, we are trying to defend Monarch City from 4 bosses. And we are using the prototype bosses here. There will be potentially many more versions as part of the game, but you pick 4 bosses and 4 matching sets of minions. And so here we have the red boss. This is Azos, the Accursed. Up here we have Dianara, the Lich Queen, the tan-coloured boss. Over there we have Sapphire, not that
this one.
the blue one.
Yes.
In the Blizzard Mountain, very frosty. And the Goblin King Gree over there. And we need to defeat the 4 bosses before the city falls. There's a number of lose conditions, but the city falling is kind of the central one. If too many minions get into Monarch City, or too many bosses get into Monarch City, the towers are going to fall, and once there is no longer a tower to fall when it has to, we will lose the game.
I can tell you, it is pretty hard to beat this game if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes, you've got to be very decisive about what you're doing. The focus is on the bosses, and we're going to, I think, try to head to the bosses as quickly as we can, because letting the minions, the minions might run wild, but if you spend a lot of time fighting them, the bosses are just going to get powerful.
Yeah, and then they're going to just keep spawning the minions, most likely.
So we'll show you a few things quickly, but we'll kind of get into play and show most of it as we go along. So this is where all the evil happens. This is the enemy board. This is where we track darkness, and these are the bosses that we're fighting against with all of the various abilities that we need to keep track of. And then each of us has a player board and a deck of cards which is going to drive most of our actions. We each have 3 health, the characters we've chosen. Not a great deal of health, but death is not the end in this game. When you run out of health, you retreat to the city and you heal, but it slows you down.
And each of us has got some unique player's ability. So I have 3 here. Become Snark, Sneak Attack, and Dance Through Shadows. I'm not going to give you the full explanation right now, but hopefully as we do it, then I'll tell you what they are all about.
So let's roll into the start of play. There are 4 phases in each day, so we'll go through dark, dawn, day, and dusk. Dark is where all the evil things are going to happen to us. Day is where all the actions take place, and dawn and dusk are kind of little upkeeps between those. And we start the game in the middle of the first dark phase. So normally a dark phase begins by going around and resolving anything that says dark on it, but we skip all of that in the first one. Instead, what we do is resolve enemy cards. So in setup, we have 15 darkness for a 2-player game, and we're going to be resolving enemy cards until we have exhausted all of that darkness. So let's do that now, step by step, banner by banner. The first step here is in Raven's Copse, we're going to add 1 green minion and a coin. So here we have Raven Copse, 1 green minion and a coin.
Coin's looking really good, by the way, although it's prototype. I don't know what this is. It's not metal. It's probably a painted of some sort. It's light.
Yeah. So coins are something that we can collect that let us give rerolls in combat. However, we have to watch out for the green minions because they're going to collect coins for the green boss who uses them as part of defense. Okay, and that particular effect costs 1 darkness. So you'll see they all have a darkness cost, and we're going to do this until we've exhausted all 15 darkness. The next one is the cost is equal to the number of bosses in play, which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is to advance Gree, which is the green boss. The advance effect for Gree is move Gree 1 location following the arrows, then add 2 green minions and give Gree 2 coins. So I'll give him 2 coins now. 1, 2, there's 4 coins now.
Oh, green with envy.
Then we advance Gree 1 space. You'll see that there are arrows on the board where to do that. And we add the 2 minions. Finally, for 3 dark, we add 3 green minions to Unicorn Forest plus a coin, like so. Right, we still have darkness left, so we flip another card, and this one is very much associated with the tan-coloured enemy. So, it costs us 2 darkness to add 2 tan minions to Brackport Mooring.
Okay, let's put it there.
And now, before we proceed, we've just crossed an event threshold. So event thresholds, we flip a card from the enemy deck and resolve the event portion of it before discarding the cards. So that's also going to get us through the deck more quickly, which is a lose condition. So in this one, each hero in or adjacent to Gree's location gains 1 coin, and for each hero who gained a coin, Gree gains a coin. Gree is off there in the far distance, so nothing happens. All right, next we have a boss cost, so that will be 4 darkness to advance Dianara. Dianara's advancement is minions in Dianara's location charge. So that means they advance to the next space, and then Dianara also advances 1 space.
That was quick. Because if you look at the arrow, it goes there, and then there, and then from there is to the castle, and that's not good.
Yeah, it's a very short path in from there.
I mean, they look cute. They could be our pets easily, but they're mean pets.
What pets have you had that hold crossbows?
That's why they look mean. Look at that. Look at the head. They look cute, but then holding crossbows.
That is true. Okay, and last one costs 2 darkness, so this is going to exhaust all of our darkness. This will be the last thing. Another 2 into the enchanted blade. There we go. There we go. That's the first dark phase complete.
Wow. This like before we do our first 10, things already looking a little bit gloomy.
A little bit tougher, but a couple of minions have come or a couple of bosses have come towards us, so
Yeah, that's
that
probably
will
good.
help us get there to attack more quickly.
That's true.
All right, so now we go on to our first dawn phase. So this is pretty straightforward. We each draw up to our hand limit. You can discard cards from your hand on subsequent turns and then draw up. My hand limit is 6, so I'll just draw 6 cards from my deck.
Mine is only 5, so 5. There you go.
And from there we move on to day. So in this game, cards drive actions. And you'll see that each of the cards has some icons down here. There may be a movement icon, so all of mine here have boots, for example. They would let me move 1 space. There are combat icons, which could be melee or ranged. Ranged means an adjacent region. Or some of them have utility actions. Whichever one has this white circle, there's text on the card that corresponds to that. So some of them are just text, some of them, this one is a stronger attack. So we use these cards, we move them to what's called our heap in order to take actions, and there's no turn order here. We can do these actions in whatever order we wish.
So that means that would be like fully you take an action, I take an action, you take 2 actions and so on. Like fully cooperative. That's great.
Yep. So I'll take the first action. I'll play this card here. It has a boot on it, which lets me move 1 space. So I'll move there to join you. There are some good things we can do when we're together, that we can give each other coins. There are cards that combo with being in the location with somebody. And I'll play one of those cards. I'll play the Tome of Alchemy card. Each hero in your location gains a coin. So
Yay!
I gain a coin.
Thank you, Tarrant.
And you get a coin.
Whoops. First, I'll play Shadow Skill. Wow. This special one that gains me 4 darks already per 1 card, each one drawn that way. So I'm going to draw 4. So that means I get 4 darkness, and you'll see what's going to happen if I have a lot of darkness.
Yep, so that's these cards here. These cards are kind of counters. Those are going to convert into darkness on the enemy board and then make more things happen at the end of the round.
But that means that I have lots of cards to use. Then I'll use my skill, Dance Through Shadows. Gain 1 darkness to teleport to a 10-colored location, ignoring ambushes.
So an ambush is where if an enemy has an ambush, which the tan minions do, then you suffer 1 damage when you enter a space with one. So
Unfortunately.
this gives you that ability to ignore that, which is good.
I'm going to go to the Dark Woods, which is the top left there. That's where I'm going to go. That's a 10 location. Next one is I'm going to play Silent Skulk, which is movement up to 2, and ignoring ambushes, which I need because I'm going to die if I move there. I'll show you. So I move to the right, and if I don't have that ignore ambush cards, then I'll get killed and then hit by 3, and I'll be dead. I'm going to attack the minions.
And actually, before you do that, I might use one of my special abilities. So what the dwarf can do is the dwarf kind of has 2 effects on every card. And at the end of a round, I can slide cards underneath in these scroll spaces, and then those second effects become available. But I want to give you the ability early on. So I'm going to use Hasty Scribing to spend a coin. And that's going to let me slot one of these right away. And I've used the Twist Fate card. So I could spend this to give you 2 re-rolls if the roll doesn't go so well.
Oh, nice. Thank you. You are the best husband. Dwarf in the universe. All right, now that's done, I will attack. Now I'll use this card, Biting Blade. Means that, all of these cards I can use for attack because it has a melee attack with the sword icons. But this is a special one. So after this attack, put 1 die in an unoccupied of this space for each roll 6. I'm going to explain this shortly. So I'm going to put it there. So this is my ability. Tarrant doesn't have that. This is a sneak attack. When you attack, place 1, which is now, place 1 die in an unoccupied space. Then remove any number of dice from this space to gain that many dice for this attack. So I can basically accumulate dice, which in this case, I'm not going to use my first one because I'm going to try to save it to attack the boss. So with this one, I'll only use 3 dice. Putting 1 dice there, and I will use 3 because there are 3 minions that I am attacking.
Yes, whenever you do a minion attack, you roll dice equal to minions.
All right, shall we do it?
Let's roll.
Here we go. Ooh, so there's 1 6 here, which is cool. Means that I get to put 1 die here.
And what you're trying to roll is equal to or above the armor for this minion, which for the skeletal guards is 3. So all 3 of your dice hit that.
Oh, lucky.
That means you defeat them all.
I swear, that's the best dice roll ever. Okay, that's good. And you don't even have to use your reroll, Tarrant.
Indeed. Yeah, you must have visited Blizzard Mountain and found some magics within.
In that case, next, I'm going to play these cards. Now, I'm trying to attack the 10-colored boss, which is Dianara right here. These dice I don't roll. This is actually the health counter for the boss.
Yep, that'll be a spinner in the final game.
Yep. Now, boss attack is different. So the number of dice that I use is the number of cards, of 10-colored cards, with this symbol here that I use. So in this case, I attack with 2 dice.
Yes, there are some of those cards which give you 2 dice. Actually,
Correct.
I think the one I've got on top here.
Yes, yes. So this alone is 2 dice. Now, attacking, as you probably remember, the sneak attack will give me 1 die here, which in this case, I'm going to take all of these, plus the 2 dice there. In total, I get 5 dice that I use to attack Dianara.
And you're trying to get 4s and above.
Yeah. Now, this effect does not take place because this is just the icon that I use. but the top effect takes effect. So after this attack, gain 1 coin for each roll 6.
Which is kind of good, except that Dianara has the opposite effect, which is you gain 6 darkness if you roll any 6s. So
Yeah.
that one's a balancing act.
All right. Shall we do it?
Yes.
Are we ready to save the realm with my dice roll? Ta-da!
That's pretty good.
It's actually not bad.
4 hits, one
Yeah.
of which is a 6.
Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, do we want to re-roll this or not?
I think it's worth it. Dianara's counterattack will involve healing 1.
Ooh.
So you do need to do another hit to more than half.
Okay, so do you want to use your re-roll? Actually, I'm going to just use my coin. So spend 1 coin to re-roll this.
Yep, coin gives you 1 reroll.
Should I? It's 2. Should I do it more? 1 more.
Yeah, 1 more.
Okay. Come on, let's do it. Yay!
All right.
2 coins, but then that's 5 hits.
So 5 hits will reduce Dianara's health down from 7 to 2. You rolled a 6, so you get one of those coins back, but you also get 6 darkness. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's just worry about this later. Doing.
And we want to try to do some early damage. Right?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Then we do the counter attack, which is you lose 1 health and Dianara gains 1 health back.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's just my first turn. It's okay, you know, it's down from 7 to 3. It's actually not bad. Now, I actually have become smoke skill. So if you would be dealt damage, instead gain 1 darkness and move 1. So that's actually not bad, but considering how much darkness I've already got, I'm going to just leave it for now. And then, yeah, just take the hit. Plus, it's only 1 damage. So this is probably worth it if I am to receive multiple damages.
All right, coming back to my turn, I have 4 differently coloured cards, which means I'm not that valuable for attacking bosses this time around. But I do want to stop Gree from picking up coins, because that's going to make Gree very difficult to defeat. So what I might do is play this card. This is called Enticing Sigil. It lets me teleport to a matching coloured location.
Nice.
So I will jump over here.
Don't box yourself with the spiky towers.
I'll try not. Then I'll play Terrifying Sigil. This lets me push each minion in my location. So I'll shove these guys over to the Enchanted Glade, and now I'll pick up a coin. So coins that have been dropped around a place, you can pick them up if there's no enemies there. Then I'll march another step.
March another step there.
Yep. And I'll fight that minion. It's a melee attack. 1 minion present, and these are the Goblin Hooligans. So I need to roll a 3, and there's a counter attack. I'm going to get damaged if I miss, so it's important that I roll this one. And 4, success.
Nice.
So minion defeated. I will collect the coin.
Very good.
And I'm now out of cards, but I'm not out of options. There are a few other effects that you can try to do without cards in hand, but by taking darkness. And one which I'll show you here, this is the Magic Gate effect. I could take a darkness, which I will do, and test my Arcane, which is this book. I've got a 4 here, that's my skill in Arcane. And by testing it, I roll that many dice, and I'm trying to hit at least 1, 5, or 6. And I failed.
You have reroll.
I do have reroll, but I don't think it's worth using on this
probably,
because
yeah.
I can just keep trying this. I'm going to take another darkness. That was a very low probability I was going to fail. Oops.
Well,
I failed again.
Tarrant,
I want to make this happen.
you jealous that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, there you go. Or 2. You were jealous I kept getting the darkness, did you?
All right, so I've hit a success this time. It's a 5 or a 6 is a success, so that allows me to place a magic gate into the Raven Copse. So now this gate is adjacent to all other gates, and there is a starting gate back here in Monarch City. So just making it a little bit quicker to zip and move around the board. And at this point, I'm going to declare my turn complete. I've got no other actions I can take. You can keep going.
My next action is to dance through shadows again. Gonna get another darkness, unfortunately. Sorry, Tim. And to teleport to a 10 location, ignoring ambushes, which I'm gonna transport to Enchanted Glade. Lots of enemies there, but I feel lucky. Famous last words before I get killed, probably. Let's use this one to attack, shall we? So let's put a die here. The effect is that after this attack, remove one minion in or adjacent to your location for each roll 6. Now there are 5 minions in the location, so I will roll 5 dice. Plus I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to use all 6 dice. Ready, Tarrant? That is pretty bad.
That is not a great roll.
Yes, well, I've got this, but these are, we have to deal with this. Did you say you have rerolls?
I do, and if you do 2 rerolls and hit on them both, that would be for me discarding the scroll effect underneath here. Then you get to reroll 2, and hopefully if you hit twice, then the special effect you'll be able to wipe all 5 out.
Yeah.
2 hits.
So it is good?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is. So let's have a look. So we have 2 of these, which has got 3, and 3 of these, which also 3. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep. So we avoid the counterattack.
I don't need to reroll using my... I've got 1 more coin just in case.
Yep.
Wow, that's really good.
It's good. Took some minions off the board. And it's important to keep the minion numbers in check, because if you run out of a certain type of minion when you need to place it, that's another way of losing.
Good thing I have this poison blade effect then. Otherwise, there's 1 and then there's counter attack and it's going to be messy. Anyways, that was successful 2 attacks. I have 3 cards left, but I'm going to just leave it this turn. I'm going to keep these 3 cards for next turn. Done.
Okay, and so now we go to the dusk phase.
I feel like this is where all my darkness are going to bite me back in the bag.
Yes, this is exactly when that happens. So the dusk effect is essentially we each count up how many cards we have in our heaps.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18?
Sorry.
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
All right, a lot is going to happen to us then.
Okay.
All the darkness goes back to the darkness pile.
And then all the rest of our cards go to our discard area.
Yes, so you'll discard your cards straight up.
Yes.
This is where my effect comes into play. I can slot 3 of these for free underneath my scroll board. So I'm going to pick these ones. They look most useful. 1, 2, and 3. Then I discard the other 2. And now we go to dark. So in the dark phase, now everything that says dark is first going to resolve, and then we resolve enemy cards. So quite a lot is about to happen. Over here we have the curse board. I haven't really seen this yet. That's these little curse icons which are in play. There's a dark effect here, which is each hero gains 1 darkness. Very simple. So we have 1 darkness ahead of next time. Azos the Accursed has a dark effect, deals 1 hero in his location 3 damage. No one is present, no effect. Infernal Imps are similar. A hero loses a health if there are any Infernal Imps in the location. No one's in with an imp, nothing happens. Gree's effect. So Gree is all about money. Gree gains 1 coin. If there are no green minions in Gree's location, add 2 minions to that location. There are green minions, so that doesn't affect. And then Gree picks up all the coins which are on the ground in locations with minions. I dealt with that. I picked all of those up and got rid of the minions, so nothing happens there. That's good.
Good work, Kroll.
Sapphire's effect is to add a frost to Sapphire's location. So these are the frost tokens. And we add 1. Frost has the effect that you reduce 1 die per attack roll per frost in a location. But you can get rid of them by doing a might test. Okay, Dianara's effect is add a tan minion to Dianara's location. then they charge. So 1 added, then it charges. And the only other visible dark effect in play is over on the tower board. This is if any of the bosses have infiltrated the city, they'll start to destroy towers. But that hasn't happened, fortunately.
Yay.
Now we have to resolve this mess.
That I created, I'm sorry.
So regardless of how few or many cards you play, you always have
Minimum of 9.
minimum of players times 3 plus 3.
Right.
But we've got 26. Players times
did that
3
happen?
plus 20.
How did
You
that
kept
happen?
rolling 6s and drawing cards.
Sorry.
So we're going to suffer 3 events and a lot of effects. So let's rush through these. First, Dark Woods. 3 steps, 3 tan minions go in the Dark Woods, like so. Next, we've hit the event threshold, so we resolve an event. Each hero may teleport a red minion to their location. Each hero who does discovers a red card. Interesting effect there.
Oh.
There's only 1 red minion on the board, and I think you hung on to a couple of red cards.
I do
This
already.
is probably a good one for you. If you teleport that to you, you can then
Try to fight the infernal imps, the boss, this one. Let's do it. Put
Right.
1 to me.
okay, and then you get to discover a red card. So you go through
There it is.
until you find a red.
So I put my hand and then I will put it there. I would have got it anyway,
Yeah.
but doesn't matter.
Okay, we continue here. This will cost 4 because there are 4 bosses. Advance the green boss. So we saw this one before. Advance 1 location following the arrows.
All right.
So, then add 2 green minions to the same location.
I think this kind of looks like it's starting to get a lot like not Christmas.
They all look like Grinches.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like red and blue. It's like and green. It's like Christmas.
Green has 7 coins, which is a real problem for us because we have to re-roll hits until
Oh,
we exhaust all those coins.
oh no.
All right, 1 for Blizzard Mountain. So we're about to see our first charge. So Blizzard Mountain is going to get a coin and a blue minion.
Ta-da!
Now, because a 4th minion has just been added, 3 of them will charge out along the arrow. However, before that happens, Sapphire has a special effect which says add a frost to the location. So we'll add 1 frost to this location. It says that Sapphire teleports there and gains a health. Now Sapphire is already there but still gains 1 health. So there we go, up to 8. And now they charge.
Already there.
Next card. 3 imps for the Ghost Marsh.
Oh dear.
Okay. All right. Oh, also you should have a coin on Ghost Marsh.
Yep.
And then there's also a special effect which happens here as part of Azos the Accursed. Whenever a 3rd red minion is added to a location, we add a curse to that location. The curse doesn't actually do anything to the location, but it advances the curse card, which is another lose condition. So we add this curse up here. Cross the threshold, so a new event. Make camp. Each hero at full health buries 1 card from the enemy discard. Then each hero gains a health.
I am not at full health. I'm at 2.
You gain a health, and I get to bury 1 card from this discard pile. That's good. It's essentially putting a card back in the deck. Running out of cards here is a lose condition, so this makes it a little bit. Next is 4 dark to advance the boss. So advancing Dianara, minions in Dianara's location, advance, and then Dianara moves 1 space. There's no minions currently there, so she just advances. 1 green minion in Wyvern Chaparral for 1 darkness. Next card, 1 green minion and a coin in Father Oak Forest.
Which is there?
Which is here, so on the doorstep of
The castle.
the castle.
That's scary.
3 darkness for 3 red minions and a coin in Windy Ravine. Out here. And then once again, that is 3 minions in a location. So curse goes into the region. 3 darkness for 3 tan minions on Mother's Step.
Quick.
Pass the event threshold, so another event. Employ the Masons Union. Each hero may spend any number of coins if the total number spent is equal to the number of towers plus 3, add 1 tower. There's no towers to add. So
Yeah, can't do it anyway.
that is helpful later on in the game. So the events are actually good. They just kind of
Yeah.
sweep the deck down a little bit more. Okay, another card. This one puts 2 tan minions in the dancing stones
And a
plus
coin?
a coin. Ooh, that one's right on the doorstep.
Oh no.
And finally, 3 minions in Dragon's Teeth range plus a coin of the blue variety. So that's down here.
I swear these blue minions looks like the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Does a little bit, got
Come
the same horns, pretty hunched over like early on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we just watched Beauty and the Beast, the musical, so that's where my mind goes.
Bit of a Disney Castle vibe on
It's
the
actually true now that I
as well.
mentioned the Beast.
And there we go. Now the horrible dark phase is over and we can go to the dawn phase. So very simple for me. I just draw up to my hand limit of 6. You have some options because you have 4 cards. You can
Yes.
only draw up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You could discard, if you want to really have a good set of red cards to attack that red boss,
Yeah,
you
I'll
could
do that.
discard the blue and then hope to get a couple more red.
All right, so I'll get 2 more and we'll see. Ta-da! 1 red. That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got 4. I've got 4 reds now.
That is good. And I only have 1 tan, unfortunately. I was hoping to be able to piggyback off your good work and finish off the tan boss. But then there's a lot of minions there as well.
So all the darkness that like caused us are forgiven now.
We'll see whether we win or not. And so now it's day phase.
I'm going to go first. I'm going to, sorry, not this one, but I'm going to do this skill first. Dance through shadows. Thank you, Tarrant. Teleport to 10 location and move to next to the red. Yep, thank you very much. Then I'm going to use this to move. So I will move down to the red boss. Thank you very much. It doesn't really take effect because there's no minion there. Now I have 4. I'm going to try to attack. Of course, I'm going to put this one at the top because it has got the best effect. I'm going to roll 4 dice. So as usual, my sneak attack will put a die here, which I'm going to use straight away, plus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
And you'll be trying to hit 4s, but you're also at threat. The counter attack here is to suffer 3 damage, but you've got your become smoke effect.
That's correct.
So you're a good one to be attacking red.
Yeah, let's go. So I have 1 reroll only at the moment. And 2 successes. I have 1 reroll, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to spend it. And fail. So only 2 successes this time, unfortunately.
Okay, so 2 hits. Azos is down to 6 and does the counter attack. So one thing to note, Azos reduces damage by 1 if you were to roll 1s, which you did not, so that's good. And then you suffer 3 damage.
So instead of dead, I can become smoke. Ta-da! So instead of receiving those damage, I just get 1 darkness and I can move 1. Move to you there.
Okay. All right, let me see if I've got anything good that I can do in the same location. You haven't lost health? Because
Nope.
I could use a way of gaining health. Teleport, deal damage.
I don't have any cards left either.
Okay, I will play Summit Portal. This lets me, I can either use that or my fold space. It lets me teleport to a icy location. Do you want to come with me? I'm going to go over here.
Sure.
Cool. So that's what the effect is. I can teleport any number of heroes in my location to that location.
I like a traveling companion, thank you.
I'll play Farsight Ray as a ranged attack. So this is going to let me attack adjacent. I'm going to shoot the minions in there. So there's 2 minions. They have an armor of 3. And I hit a 2 and a 3. I've got a number of coins, so I'll re-roll one of those. And you know what? I want to keep my coins for the boss battle. So I've got another way around it. So I'll defeat 1. But these goblins have a counterattack even at range, so I now suffer 1 hit. Next, I'll use this one to move in here. And then what I'll do is I'll use the Arcane Force spell to push any number of enemies in or adjacent to my location. So we'll push this minion out, push him down to the ancient ruins. So now I'm alone with the boss. Next I'll play the Sigil of Lightning. That lets me deal 1 damage in my location and 1 damage in up to 2 adjacent locations. So in my location I will hit the boss, drops to 5. And in adjacent locations I will get rid of a couple of minions.
That's a really good turn for you this time.
Next I'm going to try to add another magic gate. So we saw this before. I gain a darkness, I roll my arcane, trying to hit a 5 or a 6.
Yay.
There we go, I succeeded. So that adds a gate to our location up here. And why I wanted to do that is that I'm now going to do an attack on the green boss. I start with 3 dice as a result of this, and I'm also going to draw power from the gates in play. So when rolling dice, I gain a die per gate in play, but I must destroy 1 gate. So easy come, easy go, we destroy the gate that we just had. So with that, I can now roll 6 dice, and I'm trying to hit 3s.
Oh, good luck. Oh, that's pretty good.
3 hits.
You can do reroll still.
I can do reroll, but the first thing we need to deal with is Gree's reroll.
Ah.
So Gree has 7 coins, and basically 1 at a time is going to reroll my hits until they are no longer hits. Okay, that one is no longer a hit. That one is no longer a hit. That one is no longer a hit. Then I'll spend mine, try to turn it back into a hit. It is.
And then it's spending its...
Rolls. Gree's having a good go of it this time.
Oh, no hits. Oh.
No hits.
Very sad moment.
But I got rid of 5 coins.
That's true.
Temporarily, which is good. So that's my attack. Gree's counterattack is to add 2 more green minions to that space.
All those hard works, Tarrant.
And to gain another 2 coins. So all I did was get rid of 3 coins. Not the best set of rolls, unfortunately.
Sorry, Tarrant.
I am now out of actions, so I'm going to finish there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to flip that before. Boing.
Okay. Then we would go to the dusk phase. Once again, we would count up the number of 6, 7, 8, number of darkness gained.
Oh, I have 8 this time, which is very, I'm proud of myself.
Yep, takes us to 16. So we would still have 2 events in the next dark phase.
Yep.
We would discard those, and we would go to the next dark phase. And we're going to end this 1-round playthrough here. So we've seen a lot of what can happen in the game. There's a couple other things. Every time you refresh your deck, we have these individual effects that will happen. But we weren't able to defeat a boss, and that's probably where it feels like the game's going to get against you, but it's going to snowball back in our favour. Because when a boss gets defeated, firstly you gain rewards for defeating the boss, which includes these new powerful cards. So each of us will get one of these powerful wild coloured cards to add to our hands, so that's good. However, the boss isn't gone. The boss just falls in its location, we replace it with one of these fallen tokens, and it still has an effect which occurs every dark phase. So yeah, it will get a bit easier for us to deal with. Things will slow down on the darkness board, but it's certainly not completely solved. We keep having to go hard and go and attack these enemies. We managed to avoid losing any towers, but we had some minions on the doorstep. So if we were, for example, to end up with another 2 minions in the dancing stones, this would be a charging group. They would charge in and they would take one of our towers. And that's where we need to really go as hard as we can against the bosses, but also manage the minion threat.
We're about to resolve the dark phase, so that could happen then.
It could. We didn't have 26 dark this time, so we wouldn't necessarily have
Only
been
16, yeah.
Many ways to lose the game, so running out of cards in this deck, running out of any type of minion. You saw us adding curses to the board. When these 6 are gone, the curse would end up getting worse, and then we would have another 6 curse before the game would be lost, losing all our towers and more. The game will end up being designed with lots of different bosses. You can play them in all sorts of combinations, giving you many of these tower defense types of combinations to play.
And different characters as well. So you've seen 2 characters so far. A nice light elf and then grumpy Kroll over there.
The ones that we have here, we've got the half-giant barbarian and we have a human ranger. So they've mixed things up a bit as well. The elf is a rogue, the human is a ranger, when it would be more common the other way.
Yes, and then
mage.
more health.
More health on these ones.
Oh, look at this.
4 abilities. The barbarian is very strong but very slow. And so that's where being a dwarf and setting up portals all over the place or teleporting to set up portals can be really helpful.
Very thematic as well.
Indeed.
And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. And if you want to check the project page, I'll link it below in the video description. And like the video, and hopefully you have a great day. See you next time. Bye.